Hello, I'm Morris Dimba and welcome to this tutorial. Today we are going to generate assembly drawings from one of these trusses. From the assembly drawings of the truss, we'll also extract the total weight of each truss. Then we'll multiply with the total number of trusses. Then we get the total weight, and from there we'll get the total material required to fabricate the whole truss. Now we'll get started right away, and I'll bring this close, so just zoom close. And what I'll do, I'll just press, first of all, I'll press Alt, but the Alt button on my keyboard, then just pick one of these member of the truss. I'll click that, and once that has been done, I'll right click on my mouse, then come all the way here and scroll up to create drawings. I'll go straight to assembly drawings. I need assembly drawings creation. Then I'll go ahead and click that and give it time to process the information. Perfect. If we take a look at the bottom end here, you can see creating drawing finished, and one drawing has been created, or one drawings created successfully. And we want to follow it up. We'll go to drawing list. We'll click on drawing list here, and inside here we'll find our drawing already listed inside this drawing list, and it is this one because today is 8th. It was done on 8th, and this is the date, and we'll just double click on that and open it. It's complete now. We can just minimize this. You just mouse over this. It's not yet. We can minimize that, and this is our drawing, and it slightly needs some bit of combing. Just comb it and slightly arrange it, and delete the unwanted parts like these ones. You don't need all this, so we'll just select all this. We'll just select all that, then just press it. We just press delete, and everything will go. Then we remain with only the part that will remain with the only part that we need. So once I've selected that, I'll just go ahead and press delete on my keyboard, and everything will go except only the one that we want to work on, and comb and share this with the relevant people. Perfect. It is gone. And let me bring it close. Just bring it close by zooming out. Still, we don't need this. I'll select on that and press delete on my keyboard. Press delete, and also I'll select on this. I'll select on this and press delete. Now once that is gone, and you can see the truss is way big, is way bigger than our title block frame. One thing we want to do first is to rearrange to position this to look like a truss, the position that a truss sits well on top of the column. So we will rotate this to an angle. So what we'll do, just double click on the screen, or right click. Let's just give it time to load the settings, to load this dialog box. We don't need this. What we'll do, just cancel it. We'll still give it time to load all the information, and once that is loaded, we'll close this, then right click. Once we've right clicked, still we cannot see the rotation command. So to do that, just click on this. We'll just click on that. Once we've clicked on that, then right click and come to rotate view, then click rotate view. Once that has been clicked, we'll feed an angle here. We'll feed 196.2, and let's see if that works best. And we'll go straight and click rotate. Click rotate. Perfect. It has been rotated, and this is the position we wanted. Now what I'll do, I'll just go ahead and cancel that to take us off that command. And prior to moving any further, we'll first of all have to save this work. We have to save this. We save that so that when power goes off and we open the same model, we'll be able to access the drawing, the same settings that we've just placed right now. Now let me bring it close. Let me just bring it close by zooming out. After doing that, we want to get rid of the dimensions that we don't need. You know, the system will give us everything, and everything that we don't, everything. So we have to sort out whichever we want to retain inside our drawing. Now, first of all, get rid of this. Get rid of these dimensions. I select on that dimension, and once it is selected, I'll press delete just to clean up. And I don't need this also. I don't need this one also. The ones I'm selecting I don't need. The parts we've deleted, we just feed our own dimensions, the customized, only the parts that we need to be dimensioned. Zoom out and also select on this and delete. Select on that and delete. Select that and delete. We'll come and select that and delete. I don't think we need this dimension here. We don't need that. And we don't need this. And we don't need this one also. And we don't need this. Just select on that and delete. That is gone. So let's zoom out and check others that need to be taken out. I'll select that one also. We don't need that one. We don't need that one. And I'll zoom out. And come all the way to this end. Let me just bring this close. Just bring this close, and I'll delete this. Now if I double click on this, and I don't need to get rid of that dimension is very important. I'll just select on it, then press Ctrl and select on this one. Then I'll come to dimensions here. I'll change from this cumulative type to the conventional one, and I'll click modify, and I click apply and accept that by clicking the apply the button. Now I'll bring this close also so that I customize these dimensions. I'll get rid of this. They're important. They have a purpose, but not that important. I'll close that. I'll delete that. I'll also delete this because I don't need so much details when getting the dimensions of the set out points dimension. Also these ones I don't need these ones also. I don't need that. Let me just click on that. Let me just click on that and delete. I'll click on that and delete. I'll click on that and delete. And I'll change this cumulative to the conventional way of doing the dimensions, because some people will not understand, will really struggle to interpret this the cumulative dimensions. They'll keep on asking you, what is this, what is this? So you'll get tired explaining single thing several times. Now we better change to what people understand much better, which is this the conventional dimension, which is the normal one. Click modify and apply that then give a node by clicking an OK button. I'll apply, then click OK. Then once that has been done, I'll just drag this close to the part being dimensioned. Just drag it slightly up. Somewhere there will do as good. Let me just leave it right there. Slightly down and slightly down, and we'll leave it right there. If need some modification, we'll do it later on. Then we'll zoom out and target other parts that need to be cleaned up. Like this one, we don't need. This dimension of the cleat is not here, somewhere else. It will have its dimension, but not here. This is just for the truss only, and the position of the cleat. That's all. Now I'll select on that and zoom out and also get rid of this. I'll select on all this and all this and select on that and get rid of that. I'll come all the way to the other end before we scale down our truss. Let me just bring it close so that we have a clear view of what we are doing. We can get rid of this. This one, we can get rid of it because the lengths will be defined on the material list here. The material list here contains the weight of each member here and the length of each member here, so it's very, very important. And let's first of all clear with this clean up of our truss, then we'll go up on the material list, how it will to show you how it's very helpful and it's very important when it comes to now getting the total lengths of our steel members for procurement purposes. Let me just bring this close. Let me just bring this close and delete this part also because we don't need it. Just crowding our drawing, and the dimension is not that important. So we'll only place the very important dimensions inside our drawing. Now we want to scale it down so that it can fit inside our title block. I'll double click right there to access the window in which we'll be able to change the scale or to scale down our drawing. I'll add a 6 there to make it 16, 1 to 16, 1 to 16 scale of 1 to 16, then go ahead and click modify. Then we apply the modification, then we accept the modification by clicking the OK button right here. First of all, let's give it time to process the information of scale modification. Then we'll go further from there. There it is, and I'll go ahead and click OK. So once that has been done, you can see now it can fit well inside our title block, which the only thing we wanted to be done. Now it has been selected, and I'll click and hold my left button on the mouse and drag it to a position that I want it to be. I'll click that and drag. I'll drag it to a position I want it to sit. Let me just place it right there. Just place it somewhere right there. Right there is okay. Perfect, and slightly big. It's not really fitting well, though it's fitting well, but there's some parts that are not necessary. So these welding types will get rid. Just leave one and bring it to a position where it should be part of our drawing, not something protruding to be part, claiming to be part of a drawing, or protruding from outside the drawing. We'll just leave that one right there and leave that one right there. You might wonder, what are these triangles? These triangles mean, you see, this is a square hollow section, so there's a small plate that closes the end here so that we don't have a hole at that spot. Now this 2 is the thickness of the weld, And the two triangles means we weld both sides, this side, that side, and both sides of that plate. Same to this, with the thickness of 2 millimeter thick weld. So don't be worried what are these triangles and numbers. And this is 5 millimeter thick, which not necessary, but this is just a default setting, and we can get rid of that. Just delete that. And also this, you can see the circle inside here means weld round, but one side. This side we weld round with the thickness of 5 millimeter thick of weld. But 5 millimeter thick is too big for this, but the 5 is just a default setting from the system, and this can be set, can be customized to make it 2. Now I'll go ahead and delete this. I'll delete this one and come here and delete this, so that we have one, because it's typical weld for all cleats. I'll click that and delete, and come all the way here and click here and delete. And the other end also will delete that, so that we have only one typical weld, so that we just duplicate 2 other parts. Let me delete only the necessary, only the unwanted parts. Now I'll delete that. I'll click on this and delete that. I'll delete this one also. I'll remain with that and delete that one. Get rid of that. Click on that and drag that to a position that will be slightly not invading the other part of our dimension. Now I think this is much better, and we need to add some dimensions prior to. We'll continue comping our drawing. Let me just bring it close. Just zoom out and check any parts that have not removed unwanted dimensions. Now we'll add some dimensions here. I'll click on dimensioning and pick on this horizontal type, then zoom close, and I'll just snap on this corner and move all the way to this end, to the center of this truss. Let me just zoom out, and I want this center. Just mouse over that, then bring it close. I want that center. I'll double click on that center, right click and exit by clicking interrupt right there. And this is what we want. I want to bring it down. We just drag it and place it somewhere here, somewhere there. Then once again I'll go back and click on that, then snap at far end here, right at that corner, and then move out. I'll move out to the far end and get to the total length of our truss. This is the point I'm targeting. Let me just mouse over that and zoom out, and I'll snap right there. I'll double click on that, right click and click interrupt to exit that command, dimensioning command. I'll click on that, drag it slightly up, I'll leave it somewhere there. Perfect. What else do we need? We need some more dimensions. We'll need this. We need center of that, and we need this end here, somewhere here. I'll double click on that spot, right click and click interrupt, and zoom out and check whether that sits well with us. That is okay. I'll click on empty screen and I'll come back here. Now I'll use this continuous, then I'll snap right here, right there, and snap. I'll just mouse over here and snap right there, and move out, and I'll snap, just mouse over here and bring it close and snap right there. Then move out, I'll move out slightly, then mouse over this spot, then bring it close, then I'll snap right there. It's not coming out clearly. Now what I'll do, I'll redo that from this spot, snap right there and snap right there, zoom out, and make sure we are snapping accurately at the center of this, strut. Click on that spot and I'll move out. I'll move out slightly, then come all the way to this end, and I'll mouse over this spot here, then bring it close. Bring it close to somewhere there. I'll make sure I'm snapping on the right position. I'll snap right there. Then move out slightly. I'll move out. And move all the way to the center here. Move all the way to the center here. And I'll snap, double click on that spot. Then right click to exit that dimension command. And these are exactly the dimensions that we want. I'll drag that and bring it slightly up here, somewhere there. I'll right click and click outside to exit from that command. I'll drag that slightly down. Drag it slightly down. I'll click on empty screen. And this is our dimension. And now I want to change the font type and the font size. I'll click on this, press Ctrl and click on this, press Ctrl and click on that, and click on that, zoom out, and I'll go ahead and double click on this. Once that is done, I'll come to appearance here. Prior to coming to appearance, first of all I'll click on that. Still on the appearance, then I'll want to change the font style and font type. I'll click on that, then give it some time. I'll give it Roman C. I'll give it that, then I'll click OK. Regular. Once I've done that, I'll click modify. I'll click modify. Go straight and click modify. I'll apply and accept the changes, and you can see that already in place. I'll click on this slightly and bring it down, slightly down, and click on that, drag it slightly somewhere there. I'll come all the way to a free dimension, and I want to get the SOP, the set out points of the top chord or the truss. I'll snap on that spot and zoom out. I'll just zoom out and take it all the way to this end and snap right here. I'll just double click on that spot, right click and exit, and I'll pick this dimension, drag up, drag it somewhere there, and leave it there. You can see that we have our dimensions in place. And what else do we do? Do we want to do? We'll change this. We never changed that. Uniformity in terms of dimensions is key. I'll come to appearance here and click on that. I'll click on that. I'll change the font type. I'll just type the Roman. I'll pick on C and click OK. I'll click modify, apply, and accept that. And these ones I'll drag somewhere here. I'll drag it somewhere here. I don't want it to interfere with the dimensions so much. Even that position is okay. And I'll also change the text. I'll continue selecting all these. Come here and select on this also. Then just zoom out. Press Ctrl and select on that. Select on that and double click on that. And I'll be able to change the font from that spot. I'll click on font. I'll just type Roman and pick on, this time round I'll pick on C. I'll accept that and go ahead and accept everything right there. I'll slightly drag this one down or somewhere here. Then this one also, I'll click and drag it somewhere here, leave it there. And this one, I just leave it on that spot. This is typical, so we need to delete this. That's okay. This is okay now. Go ahead and click save our work. So once that is done, we want to save this in PDF. This is typical. So one side is described well, so we don't need to repeat the same information all over. So this is enough. The couplet at the end of this member, it's okay, it's enough. Now what we'll do, we want now to convert these to PDF. Now prior to doing that, you can see the total weight of our truss is here. It's 303 kilograms. 303 kilograms. And how many do we have? We have 3 trusses. So 3 times 10. Let me just do that math. Click on that. We have 3 trusses. Let me just make it that. We have 3 trusses in a row. And 3 times 10, we have 30 trusses. We have 30 trusses in place. Now 30 times this, 30 times 303.3, we'll multiply that by 303.3. Just delete that. The simple math, 30 times 303.3. I'll click that. We'll have 9 tons. Our total truss will be 9 tons. That's it. Now, when it comes to now getting the lengths, and this where the part number will be key. Now to add the part number, just click on this member, then right click and come to add part mark and click on that. The part mark will be added right there. Then I'll come here, right click and add part mark, and that will be added. That will be F8. This and this will be similar, and this will add that. we'll add part mark right there, F13, and click that. Click on that, right click and click add part mark. That F7, click on that and add part mark right there, and add also this one, so that when we come to part list right there, you'll be able to see which one, which length is which. Then I'll add part mark right there. I'll click on add. Then I'll add this one also. I'll add that one. Then also here I'll come here and add one. That's F2. And here we'll add that F5 and click and add part mark. That's it. And click on that also and add. It has been added. Now we want to actually know the part mark of the top chord. We'll click that and that will be added, and click on it and drag it slightly away. Then when we come to the bottom chord here, we can click on that, then add the part mark right there. That's F19, and that's it. Now, if you come to the part list here, let's first of all check on the F16. F16 here, this is a top chord, and let's check the length on the part list here. Then if you come close here, you just bring it close. You just zoom close. F16 somewhere here, it is 6.6. F16 is not clear, is not seen clearly. F16 is here, is 70 by 70 square hollow section, 70 by 70 by 3 millimeter thick. That is the material, and we need only one on one side. We need one on one side, and the other we need one on one side, and the length is 6.6 4.6. The unit the area, the surface area is 1.8, and the weight is 41.9. So if you want to do the procurement of the materials, we'll take this length, then add to the opposite length, then how many trusses do we have? We have 30 trusses. Now this length will multiply by 30. Once we multiply this by 30, divide with the standard length of the steel for the square hollow section, which is 12 meters. Divide that result by 12 meters, you'll get a total number of the top chord to be bought. Now let's zoom out and go to the next part. I'll zoom to this spot here. Let me just bring it close, and we'll add the part mark right here. We'll add the part mark. Zoom out, and this is F15, and this one also we can add that F5 and F2 and F and F11, and this is F10, and this one also we have to get its part mark, that is F1, and this one is F9, and this one is what? We didn't get it clearly, and this one is F20, and this one we must get that part mark. That one is F13, and this one is F4, and F7, and F12. That's it. So the part marks are here. So what I was talking about, if you want to get the total length of the material, we'll get first of all the length of this, and the length of this, and the length of this. How many do we want? For this? We have 30 trusses. We'll multiply this length by 30 for all the trusses. Multiply this length by 30. Then after getting the result, we'll divide that length by 12 meters, because the standard length of steel square hollow section is 12 meters. Then from there we'll be able to see how many number of 12 meters of square hollow section for this part. How many do we want? Same to this, 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 and that's all. Or I think that's just the simplest way to get the total length of the material and the total number of materials required for the trusses. Now we come to the part of printing this to virtual printer, which is the PDF. What we'll do, just go ahead and click print, and we'll give it some time to load the settings of the virtual printer, which is the PDF dialog box. Perfect. What we'll do now, we'll just click inside here to have a preview of our drawing. Here it is, and we'll go straight and click print. First of all, the folder will open itself, then the drawing will be opened automatically depending on the instruction we gave while doing the printing setout, virtual printing setout. And here it is, the PDF format is being opened. I'll maximize that. Let me first of all give it time to finish all the processes. Now I'm free to go ahead and maximize this, make it slightly bigger. Then I'll right click on the screen, then click right click, and then come to fit to the page. So this is what we're having now. You can see our truss is in place. This is our truss, and this is how it looks with part marks and dimensions in place. Let me just move it slightly away. You can see that this is our truss. You can make it big. I can move that side so that you have all the information, all you see, all everything that we've done. You can see the cleats have been placed 1.2 center to center, and you can see that. Go that side. If I come down, you can see that. So you can see we have F11 here. The F11 here, we've not placed its length, but its length is inside the part list here. Let me just show you this F11. So if we scroll up, we can have the F11 here. We have the F11 here. F11 is here. This is F11, a 50 by 50 by 3 millimeter thick. The grade is S275 dash J0, and the surface area is a 0.21. So this allows so much when if you want to also to calculate the surface area for painting, help you doing your quantities. So this is the surface area. So, and the weight for that F11 is 6.9, which is 7. So this length 7.8. We want to get the total length required for that particular strut for 30 trusses. Now we'll multiply this by 30 because we have 30 trusses, And once we get that, let me just do that for you here so that you see. We have 789. We have 30 trusses for that particular strut only. I'll multiply this 30 by 783 millimeter. 783. So we'll have 23.5 meters for that particular truss. Now we'll divide this by 12 meters. We'll need 2 meters. Not really. We'll need 2 meters. It's not coming out well. We have 30, and we'll multiply this times 30. Then we'll have to 3 points that. Then you will give that. We'll get that. We have 23 meters. Have 23 meters of that. So if you divide the standard, we'll have 2 12 meters. 2 12 meters of 50 by 50 by 3 millimeter thick of this particular strut only. And that is the simplest way you can do that. I'll click on empty screen so that disappears. I'll right click and fit to the page and bring this close. This is how it looks. This is how it looks in a PDF, and this you can share with the person who is not conversant with the Tekla structures, and can open this in PDF and have the capability of interpreting the drawings. This can be shared with such particular parties. And let's switch back to Tekla Structures, and I'll close this. And thanks a lot for watching this video, and let's meet on the next presentation. Please don't forget, if you're new to this channel, to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's meet then, and let's learn Tekla Structures in the simplest way. Bye bye, I'm Morris Dimba, and let's meet then once again.